The artist I'd like to present now is Yas Haldeman, and Yas moved to Fort Collins just over a year ago from Portland, Oregon, and this is her first mask show. Although she said that she and her mother volunteered to be in the mask show as helpers last year, so they were excited to be chosen to be a part of the show this year. Yas, welcome to the Artist to Artist concert.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
So tell me a little bit about how did you get interested in applying for the mask show after your experience last year?
Well, to be honest with you, we had never really seen anything quite like the Mask Show last year. We came into the museum as tourists and just kind of stumbled upon the show, and we were so taken aback by just the variety of creativity and expressiveness that we just thought we had to be involved in some way. And so we were able to apply, and we were selected for this year. And so it was just super exciting to be a part of something so collaborative. Even though everyone is working on their masks independently, the overall sort of outcome and messages that come across are just phenomenal. And so it's an exciting way to be a part of the Fort Collins community, the art community.
So when you picked up that blank mask, what was the process for you in terms of finding inspiration for your design?
Well, it was interesting because I had been so sort of fixated on the shape of the blank sort of canvas mask, as you would say, that they worked on the year that we stumbled upon the museum. So I had that shape in my mind. When I opened the box, much to my surprise, it was a completely different shape. And so the inspiration really kind of came from the more rounded moon-like shape of the mask in its blank kind of, clay form. So that was what inspired me, I think, ultimately.
So tell me a little bit about your mask design is very, very colorful. Can you talk a little bit about how the colors came to you, and was that from more experimentation, or did you have a more clear idea in your mind of how you wanted it to look?
I think I had an idea that I kind of wanted to go with maybe a moon theme or a celestial theme, something with the color blue. And then as I was working with the color blue, it kind of dawned on me, blue in the face. And so that is kind of a play on not just the colors that I chose, but also some struggles that I've had personally with anxiety. And so I just found that to sort of manifest organically as I was working with color and shape.
Can you talk a little bit about the process that you used to most of what you've done is painting, is that correct?
I actually did build on the surface of the clay mask with a lot of tissue paper and glue to kind of build a structure and kind of tweak the face to kind of come alive more, so to speak. And so
Okay.
there was some building with glue and paper, as well as then acrylic paint, and also then I finished it with like a sealant that gave it kind of a high gloss finish.
What are the differences in the contours of the face from what you started with?
I built up the cheeks, and I kind of wanted to create that feeling of holding your breath. Often when I'm anxious, that's sort of how I feel, like I can't breathe or I can't catch my breath. And so I really wanted to kind of demonstrate that with building out bigger cheeks and kind of shaping the mouth a little bit more to exaggerate the idea that maybe this person is holding their breath or just maybe can't breathe very well.
Can you tell me a little bit about anxiety as an experience? How have you ever used art as a way of working through that or expressing it?
Definitely. In fact, more recent years, after experiencing some anxiety for the first time, or I should say, maybe actual panic attacks or panic, I did start participating in a group, art therapy group, and in that group, I really kind of discovered I had always made art prior to that, but I wasn't making it with the idea that it would somehow heal or aid in my healing process, or a process to sort of calm my mind. And so with those tools that I picked up in that art therapy class, I really started kind of funneling more of my feeling and emotion, and maybe mental health into my art more so than I had in the past.
I appreciate so much your participating in the Artist to Artist show.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity.